Hello, everybody. Today we're going to talk about an introduction to statistics. So, statistics is the mathematical science of collecting, organizing, analyzing, and interpreting data. A statistical question is one for which you do not expect to get a single answer. There might be a huge variety of answers. Okay, so for example, you conduct a science experiment on house mice. Your teacher asks you, what is the weight of a mouse? Okay, so not all mice are going to weigh the same. So that would be a statistical question. You're going to get multiple answers. So is this a statistical question? Yes. Because not all mice will weigh the same amount. So you're going to get multiple answers for this. Okay, so you weigh some mice and record the weights in grams in the table. Display the data on a dot plot. Okay, identify any clusters, peaks, or gaps in the data. Okay, so what's a dot plot? So basically it's a number line like this, and then you take your data. So there's 20 mice that they weighed here. You take their data and you put them on as a dot. You represent each one as a dot on the graph. So you'd have a 20 and a 19 and a 21 and another 20. Now you want to evenly space these vertically. Okay, so then we got an 18 and you got another 20 and a 27. This is a big mouse right here. Okay, then another 21, 28. Okay, and then a 23 and a 20. So there's a 23 and another 20. A 19, a 20 and a 21. An 18 and a 27. And then a 19 and a 22, and a 21 and a 20. Okay, so this is a dot plot right here. So you can look at this and say, well, I got a cluster right here. So there's one cluster. Then I've got a really small cluster over here. Okay, and I got a gap. Okay, so there's a gap between here and here. Let's kind of move this. Let's get this dot, or this right here. No, that's too big. I don't want this to go through my numbers like that. I want to be able to see it a little bit better. Okay, there we go. I've got a peak. Okay, I've got a peak right here. All right, so there you go. So if I would look at this, this helps me kind of analyze my data and say, well, most mice are going to be right in around 19 to 21 grams. And you're going to have, I've got some fat mice over here. Anyway, there you go. So this is a dot plot. Now, notice I made them all nice and even on each row, and even tried to evenly space them. So you can kind of turn these into bar graphs if you want to later. But a dot plot gives you a good visual representation of your data. Okay, so you record the temperature every day while at summer camp in August. Then you create a vertical dot plot. So here's my dot plot. It's got all my dots going off over on the side here. How many weeks were you at summer camp? Well, I should have a point for each day. So there's 3, 8, 11, 13, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 28. I got 28 data points. So 28 data points, that'd be 4 weeks. There's 7 days in a week. How can you collect these data? What are the units? Well, I would collect them using a thermometer. Thermometer. Okay, what are the units? It looks like the units are degrees Fahrenheit. Okay. Write a statistical question that you can answer using the dot plot. Okay, so this could actually vary. Your answers could vary. Remember, you've got to have multiple answers. So, what is the daily temperature while you were at camp? So there you go. Okay, this data plot shows the time of 6th grade students in a 100-meter race. How many students ran the race? Okay, well that's simple. You're just going to count up all the dots on here. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 16, 20. So there's 20 kids. 20 kids in the race. How can you collect these data? What are the units? Well, looks like the units are in seconds. So units were measured in seconds. Actually, tenths of seconds would be better. Because I didn't round it to the nearest second. How can I collect these? I can use a stopwatch. Okay. So there you go. So we're going to do 1 through 29 odd. I look forward to seeing you guys in class. Have a good evening.